Welcome back to our channel Rare Coins Hub. In today's video, we're going to explore something really interesting and exciting. So, if you want to find out what you'll learn by staying with us till the end, make sure to watch the whole video. Stay with us and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started. The 1961 USA 1-cent coin, often known as the penny, may seem like a small and unremarkable piece of currency in the grand scheme of things, but in the world of numismatics, this humble coin is far more than just a penny. In fact, the 1961 penny has garnered attention for its historical significance, its striking design, and the potential it holds for collectors who are on the lookout for rare and valuable specimens. While most of us think of a penny as simply a small denomination, in the world of coin collecting, it can become a treasure, particularly when it carries the right historical context, minting details, and collector appeal. By the end of this video, we'll reveal the impressive value of a rare 1961 penny, which can be worth up to $134,000. Let's take a deep dive into the world of the 1961 penny and explore what makes it so fascinating. The 1961 penny was minted during a particularly interesting time in American history. The United States was in the midst of the post-World War II economic boom, a time of prosperity and growth. The 1960s were on the horizon, bringing with them a wave of cultural and social changes, but 1961 itself was a year marked by some key political and historical events. President John F. Kennedy had just taken office, and the world was on the brink of the Cold War's most intense years. Amidst these historical changes, the U.S. Mint continued its production of coins, including the penny, which was an essential part of the currency system at the time. The design of the 1961 penny was one of the most enduring in U.S. history. It featured the classic image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, on the obverse side of the coin. This design, created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, had been in place since 1909 and would continue to appear on pennies for decades to come. On the reverse, the 1961 penny featured a simple yet powerful design, showcasing a wheat stalk motif, which had been the hallmark of the penny's reverse since 1909 as well. The words United States of America and E pluribus unum wrapped around the top and sides of the coin, with the denomination 1 cent boldly displayed at the bottom. The combination of Lincoln's dignified profile and the wheat design made the 1961 penny one of the most iconic coins in American history. The image of Lincoln, with his distinctive beard and solemn expression, is instantly recognizable, and it connects the coin to the values and ideals of the nation's 16th president. The wheat design on the reverse symbolizes the agricultural roots of the country, evoking a sense of Americana and tradition. For collectors, the 1961 penny is a beautiful example of classic U.S. coin design that would soon give way to new designs in the 1960s. One of the most important aspects of the 1961 penny is its minting details. The U.S. Mint produced a significant number of pennies that year, with millions of these coins being struck at various minting facilities across the country. The 1961 penny was minted in 3 distinct locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia Mint produced pennies without a mint mark, while the Denver and San Francisco Mints produced pennies with their respective mint marks, D for Denver and S for San Francisco. These different mint marks play a crucial role in determining the rarity and value of a particular 1961 penny. Most 1961 pennies, whether minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, are relatively common, and they typically carry a value close to their face value of 1 cent. However, as with many coins, there are always exceptions. Certain coins from the 1961 series were struck with anomalies, such as minting errors or unique features, which can increase their value significantly. It's in these rare varieties that the true value of a 1961 penny can be realized. One of the most sought-after varieties of the 1961 penny is the 1961 D with a double die error. A double die error occurs when the coin's design is struck multiple times, leading to the appearance of doubled or misaligned features, most often seen in the date or lettering. In the case of the 1961 D penny, the doubling effect can be seen in the digits of the year 1961 and the words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust." These double-die pennies are highly prized by collectors, as they represent a mistake in the minting process that has become a unique and desirable feature. The 1961 D double-die penny is considered one of the holy grails of modern penny collecting. Finding one of these coins, particularly in good condition, is a rare and exciting event for any collector. Because of their rarity and the historical significance of the double-die era, these pennies can fetch astronomical prices on the open market. Depending on the condition of the coin, the value of a well-preserved 1961 D double-die penny can range from several $1,000s to over $100,000 in some cases. This incredible value makes the 1961 penny one of the most intriguing coins for numismatists to seek out. Another factor that adds to the collector appeal of the 1961 penny is its place in the broader context of American coinage. The penny, as one of the most frequently used coins in circulation, has long been a symbol of the everyday person's connection to money and to the nation's economy. Its small size and low denomination make it an essential part of the currency system, but for collectors, it's the historical context of the coin, its design, and the potential for rare varieties that make it so appealing. The 1961 penny is no exception to this rule, and its connection to the long history of U.S. coinage makes it a fascinating piece for collectors of all levels. In addition to the 1961 D double-die penny, there are other types of rare 1961 pennies that can fetch high prices. For example, certain 1961 pennies were struck on foreign planchets, meaning they were mistakenly struck on metal discs that were intended for coins of another country. These foreign planchet pennies are highly unusual and rare, and they can command a premium in the marketplace. Though this type of error is less common, it adds an additional layer of intrigue to the 1961 penny series. So, what is the actual value of a 1961 penny? As we've discussed, most 1961 pennies are worth little more than their face value, especially those that were produced in large numbers and are in average condition. However, when it comes to rare varieties and error coins, the value of a 1961 penny can skyrocket. As mentioned earlier, a 1961 D double-die penny in excellent condition can be worth as much as $134,000, depending on the severity of the doubling and the overall condition of the coin. This high value is not just a testament to the rarity of the double-die error but also to the intense demand for error coins in the numismatic market. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay top dollar for a piece of history, especially when that piece is as rare and unique as a 1961 penny with a double-die error. The fact that such a small coin can carry such a significant value is a testament to the passion and dedication of the numismatic community, and it shows how even the most ordinary-seeming coins can become extraordinary treasures when they possess rare characteristics or features. In conclusion, the 1961 USA 1-cent coin is a fascinating piece of American history, and its value goes far beyond its original face value. While most 1961 pennies are still found in circulation today and are worth just 1 cent, certain rare varieties and errors have made the coin a highly sought-after item in the world of coin collecting. Whether it's the rare double-die error or other unusual minting anomalies, the 1961 penny offers collectors an opportunity to connect with history and potentially make a significant investment. For those lucky enough to find a 1961 penny with an error or minting anomaly, the value can be extraordinary. As we've seen, a well-preserved 1961 D double-die penny can fetch as much as $134,000, making this humble coin a true treasure for those with a keen eye for rare and valuable finds. So, the next time you come across a 1961 penny, take a moment to examine it carefully. It just might be the key to unlocking a rare and valuable piece of American numismatic history. The 1984 USA 1-cent coin, or penny, is a fascinating example of American numismatic history. While a penny may seem like a simple and unremarkable coin to many, to collectors and enthusiasts, it holds stories of design, minting processes, and even unexpected errors that can lead to astonishing value. In this video, we'll explore the historical context of the 1984 penny, its iconic design, the details of its minting, its appeal to collectors, and, of course, we'll unveil the incredible value that some of these coins have reached in recent years. Stay with us until the end, because by the time we're done, you'll understand why a 1984 penny could be worth up to $122,000. First, let's take a step back into the early 1980s to understand the backdrop against which the 1984 penny was minted. The early 1980s were a period of economic uncertainty in the United States. The country had just come out of a severe recession, and inflation was high, making it difficult for many Americans to make ends meet. Despite these financial challenges, the U.S. Mint was busy producing coins to meet the demands of the growing economy, including the penny. In fact, 1984 marked a year of transition in many ways, as President Ronald Reagan's first term was beginning, and the country was heading into an era of political and social changes that would shape the rest of the decade. The 1984 penny is part of a long line of U.S. 1-cent coins that have been in circulation for over a century. The design of the 1984 penny features Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, on the obverse. The iconic portrait of Lincoln has been a part of the penny's design since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of his birth. Sculpted by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's image on the penny became a lasting symbol of the coin. On the reverse side of the 1984 penny, we see the familiar image of two wheat stalks, a design that had been used since 1909 and would remain in place until 1958. However, by 1984, the reverse design had changed to the shield and laurel wreath motif, which was first introduced in 1959. This design continues to be used on the reverse of the penny today, though minor alterations have been made over the years. Now, let's talk about the production details of the 1984 penny. The U.S. Mint produced a significant number of these coins that year. The 1984 penny was struck in copper-plated zinc, which became the standard for U.S. pennies starting in 1982. Prior to that, pennies were primarily made of pure copper. The change in metal composition was made in response to rising copper prices, and it resulted in a penny that was lighter and less expensive to produce, but still retained its recognizable appearance. The 1984 penny was struck at 3 different U.S. Mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Pennies minted in Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark, while those minted in Denver carry a D mint mark, and those minted in San Francisco are marked with an S. For most collectors, the mint mark is an important factor in determining a coin's rarity and value, though with the 1984 penny, the differences between the mint marks are relatively minimal in terms of value. The vast majority of 1984 pennies were struck in Philadelphia and Denver, with only a smaller number minted in San Francisco, primarily for proof sets. As with any coin, there are a few factors that can affect the value of the 1984 penny. For most pennies from this year, the value is close to its face value of 1 cent. However, there are exceptions. For example, the 1984 penny was the subject of several interesting minting errors, some of which have become highly sought after by collectors. These errors, while relatively rare, can cause a coin to be worth much more than its face value. The most famous error for the 1984 penny is the so-called double die error, which occurs when the coin is struck more than once, causing the design to appear doubled. This can occur in the date, the lettering, or other elements of the design. A 1984 penny with a double die error is incredibly valuable, with well-preserved specimens fetching significant amounts of money on the open market. The 1984 double die penny is one of the most coveted varieties of the coin among collectors. The error is most easily noticeable in the date, 1984, and the word Liberty, both of which appear with a noticeable doubling effect. These coins were struck with an improper die alignment, which caused the image to appear more than once, creating a doubled appearance. While some double die pennies are relatively minor in their doubling, others can have more pronounced and dramatic doubling, making them even more valuable. In some cases, a 1984 double die penny has sold for tens of thousands of dollars, depending on the severity of the error and the coin's condition. In addition to the double die error, there are other varieties of the 1984 penny that have become highly sought after by collectors. For example, some 1984 pennies were struck on wrong planchets, meaning that they were mistakenly struck on a metal disc that was intended for another coin. These types of errors can make the coin particularly rare and valuable. Additionally, collectors are always on the lookout for well-preserved coins with little wear, as these coins are much more likely to fetch a premium price. A 1984 penny in uncirculated condition, particularly if it has been kept in a protective holder or capsule, can be worth more than its face value, even without any errors. As for the value of a 1984 penny, most of these coins are worth just 1 cent in circulated condition. However, as we've seen, certain varieties and error coins can command much higher prices. The most valuable of these is the 1984 double die penny, which, in exceptional condition, can be worth up to $122,000. This remarkable price tag is due to the rarity of the error, the high demand among collectors, and the overall historical significance of the coin. When it comes to error coins, collectors are often willing to pay top dollar for a coin that possesses unique features and a fascinating backstory, and the 1984 double die penny certainly fits that description. The allure of the 1984 penny lies not just in its potential value, but also in the rich history and the craftsmanship behind the coin. The penny has long been a symbol of the everyday American, and for many collectors, it holds sentimental value as well as financial value. The design, which features Lincoln's likeness, is instantly recognizable and carries a sense of dignity and pride. The 1984 penny, in particular, serves as a reminder of a pivotal time in American history, an era of change, growth, and even economic uncertainty. In many ways, the 1984 penny represents a snapshot of a moment in time, capturing the spirit of the nation in a simple, yet powerful, design. In conclusion, the 1984 USA 1-cent coin is much more than just a piece of currency. It is a fascinating part of American history, with a design that has endured for more than a century and minting errors that make it highly sought after by collectors. While most 1984 pennies are worth little more than their face value, the rare double die error pennies can fetch astronomical prices, with some specimens reaching as much as $122,000. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just beginning to explore the world of numismatics, the 1984 penny is a coin that offers both historical significance and the potential for great value. So, the next time you find yourself with a 1984 penny in your pocket, take a moment to appreciate the coin for what it is, and remember that you could very well be holding a rare treasure worth far more than 1 cent. The 2000 USA 1-cent coin, commonly known as the penny, is a coin with a fascinating history that blends into the larger fabric of American numismatic traditions. The penny, while small in size and worth just 1 cent, carries with it a world of history, design intricacies, and, for some, a hefty price tag. As we dive into the details of the 2000 penny, we'll explore its historical context, the famous design elements, its minting details, and the exceptional errors that make certain versions of this penny truly valuable. By the end of this video, we'll uncover how a 2000 penny could be worth up to $105,000, making this coin much more than just pocket change. Let's start by setting the stage for the 2000 penny. The year 2000 was a momentous time in the United States. The country was entering a new millennium, and with it came a sense of anticipation, change, and reflection. On the political front, the year saw the presidential election between George W. Bush and Al Gore, which would ultimately lead to one of the most contested and controversial elections in U.S. history. In the world of technology, the Y2K bug, which had been a looming threat for years, was the subject of much attention, although its impact ended up being far less dramatic than anticipated. In the realm of coinage, however, the year 2000 represented a continuation of a familiar tradition. The U.S. Mint was still producing the same basic designs on the 1-cent coin that had been in circulation for decades. But as with all things in life, there were some notable changes and developments. While the design of the penny itself would remain largely the same, it was a period of increased attention on the ways in which coins were being minted, distributed, and collected. Coin collectors and investors were keenly interested in the new millennial pennies, looking for unique minting errors, special varieties, and rare specimens that could one day command extraordinary values. The design of the 2000 penny is instantly recognizable to anyone who has ever handled U.S. currency. The obverse, front, of the coin features the well-known image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This portrait, created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, has been a part of the penny's design since 1909, when it was first introduced to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. The portrait shows Lincoln's face in profile, with his distinctive beard and solemn expression, making it one of the most iconic images in American numismatics. On the reverse, back, of the 2000 penny, you'll find the traditional shield design that was first introduced in 1959. The design includes two stalks of wheat framing the words, 1 cent, with United States of America and E pluribus unum inscribed around the top and sides. The simplicity of this design has a certain elegance, and its continuity has helped cement the penny's place as one of the most enduring symbols of American currency. Now, let's talk about the production details of the 2000 penny. The U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies in 2000, as the penny remained a vital part of everyday transactions in the United States. The coin was struck at 3 mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Pennies struck in Philadelphia did not bear a mint mark, while those struck in Denver were marked with a D mint mark, and those struck in San Francisco bore an S mint mark. The vast majority of the 2000 pennies were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, with San Francisco minting a much smaller number, primarily for proof sets. For most of the 2000 pennies, the metal composition remained the same as it had since 1982, when the penny's composition was switched from 95% copper to 97.5% zinc, with a copper plating. This change was made in response to the rising cost of copper, and it resulted in a penny that was lighter and cheaper to produce. The composition of the 2000 penny is now primarily zinc, with just a thin layer of copper on the surface. Despite this change in material, the penny retained its familiar look and feel, and it continued to circulate as one of the most widely used coins in the U.S. economy. For the vast majority of people, the 2000 penny is worth just 1 cent, its face value. However, as with any coin, there are always exceptions. There are certain varieties of the 2000 penny that are highly sought after by collectors due to their unique characteristics, and these rarities can dramatically increase the coin's value. Let's take a closer look at some of these key varieties, errors, and minting anomalies. One of the most famous and sought-after versions of the 2000 penny is the 2000 wide AM variety. This error occurs when the A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin are spaced further apart than usual. This variety is considered a mistake in the minting process, as the letters should have been closer together. The wide AM variety is extremely rare and is highly prized by collectors, making it one of the most valuable 2000 pennies on the market today. The value of the 2000 wide AM penny can vary depending on its condition, but some of the best preserved specimens have sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. A well-maintained example of this error penny could be worth anywhere from $5,000 to $105,000, depending on factors such as its grade, the severity of the spacing error, and its overall appeal to collectors. This makes the 2000 wide AM penny one of the most valuable modern error coins in circulation, and it's a coin that many collectors actively seek out. While the wide AM penny is the most famous error from the 2000 penny series, it's not the only one. Other variations and anomalies, such as repunched mint marks, off-center strikes, and other die errors, can also make a 2000 penny more valuable. These types of mistakes, while not as common as the wide AM, still occur from time to time, and they can make certain 2000 pennies far more desirable to collectors. For example, a 2000 penny with a repunched mint mark is another type of error that can make a coin worth more than its face value. This error occurs when the mint mark, either D or S, is struck more than once, resulting in a blurry or doubled mint mark. While this error is less dramatic than the wide AM, it still adds a layer of intrigue and rarity to the coin, and it can increase the value, especially if the coin is in good condition. When it comes to collecting, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value. A 2000 penny in uncirculated condition, for example, will generally be worth more than a penny that has been in circulation for years and shows signs of wear. Coins that are well preserved, with sharp details and minimal wear, are much more attractive to collectors and can command higher prices. For collectors, investing in high-grade 2000 pennies, particularly those with minting errors or other unique characteristics, can be a profitable venture. The numismatic market is driven by rarity, condition, and demand, and when it comes to error coins like the 2000 wide AM penny, these factors can lead to extraordinary prices. While most 2000 pennies are worth just 1 cent, the rare varieties can easily fetch thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars at auction. As we've seen, the value of a 2000 penny can vary widely depending on the condition and the specific variety. The most valuable coins from this year are those with minting errors, particularly the 2000 wide AM penny, which has sold for as much as $105,000 in the past. This is a remarkable price for a coin that, on the surface, seems like just another penny. But for collectors who understand the nuances of minting errors and coin varieties, the 2000 penny represents a golden opportunity to own a rare and valuable piece of American history. In conclusion, the 2000 USA 1 cent coin, while seemingly ordinary, holds a fascinating world of possibilities for collectors. From its historical context to its iconic design and the rare minting errors that make it so valuable, the 2000 penny is much more than just pocket change. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a beginner looking to start your collection, the 2000 penny offers a glimpse into the world of rare and valuable coins. And, if you're lucky enough to come across a 2000 wide AM penny or other error coins, you might just be holding onto a treasure worth up to $105,000. So, the next time you find a 2000 penny in your change, take a closer look. You might just have something extraordinary in your hands. The 2008 USA 1 cent coin, or penny, is more than just pocket change. It's a coin with an intriguing history, captivating design, and an impressive collector appeal that has made certain versions of the penny highly sought after. As we explore the details of the 2008 penny, we'll take you on a journey through its historical context, the design choices that went into creating this iconic coin, the minting details that set it apart, and the rare and valuable varieties that can make it worth far more than its face value. By the end of this video, we'll reveal how a 2008 penny can be worth up to $92,000, an astonishing figure for a coin that is typically worth just 1 cent. The year 2008 was a momentous year for the United States, both politically and economically. The country was in the midst of a presidential election, which saw Barack Obama elected as the 44th president, making history as the first African American president. The election was a historic and symbolic moment, reflecting the changing political landscape of the country. On the economic front, the United States was grappling with the early stages of the Great Recession, which would have a lasting impact on the economy and financial markets for years to come. In the world of coinage, 2008 marked another important milestone, the introduction of the final designs in the U.S. Mint's State Quarter program. But what many people might not realize is that it also marked an important year for the penny, as the U.S. Mint continued producing 1 cent coins with the familiar Lincoln portrait. However, it was the design of the penny, coupled with a few unusual minting anomalies, that would make certain 2008 pennies a valuable find for collectors. The design of the 2008 penny maintained the familiar and iconic image of Abraham Lincoln, which had been on the coin since 1909. The portrait of Lincoln was created by the sculptor Victor David Brenner, and it has become one of the most recognizable images in U.S. currency. The portrait shows Lincoln in profile, with his distinctive beard and thoughtful expression, capturing the essence of this great president. However, 2008 was a significant year because it marked the second year of a series of pennies celebrating the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth. The U.S. Mint issued a series of 4 different reverse designs for the penny in 2009 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Although the majority of the pennies minted in 2008 still featured the traditional Union Shield reverse, there were important changes afoot for the year that collectors would later take note of. On the reverse side of the 2008 penny, you will find the familiar design of the shield, which was introduced in 1959 to replace the previous wheat design. The Union Shield design includes 2 crossed olive branches and a ribbon inscribed with the words E Pluribus Unum, the nation's motto. The words United States of America and 1 cent are also inscribed along the outer edges of the coin, completing the simple, yet elegant design. While it remained unchanged for many years, the shield design continues to be part of the penny's identity, and it was on full display for the 2008 edition of the coin. But the 2008 penny was more than just a continuation of the same old design. Minting technology had advanced in the years leading up to 2008, and this had a significant impact on the quality and precision of the coin's production. With the advancement of the U.S. Mint's techniques, the coins produced in 2008 were crisper and more well-defined than some earlier issues. Although the design had remained the same for many years, the improvements in minting technology allowed for a more detailed and refined appearance. As for the minting details of the 2008 penny, the U.S. Mint produced billions of them that year, just as it did every year. Pennies were struck at the 3 main minting facilities, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins minted in Philadelphia had no mint mark, while those minted in Denver bore a D mint mark, and those produced in San Francisco were marked with an S. The bulk of the pennies struck in 2008 were minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with the San Francisco mint producing only proof versions for collectors. The 2008 penny, like its predecessors, was composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. This composition, which was introduced in 1982 due to the rising cost of copper, made the penny lighter and less expensive to produce. This change in composition helped the U.S. Mint control costs while continuing to produce the large quantities of pennies needed to satisfy public demand. The 2008 penny is commonly found in circulation, and for most people, it's worth just 1 cent. However, what many don't realize is that certain 2008 pennies are highly collectible and have been known to fetch impressive prices at auction. While most pennies from this year are worth just their face value, there are a number of varieties and errors that have made certain 2008 pennies much more valuable to collectors. One of the most notable errors from the 2008 penny series is the 2008 no mint mark variety. This error occurs when a coin that was supposed to bear a mint mark, such as the D for Denver or S for San Francisco, was struck without one. These mint mark errors are rare and have become highly desirable to collectors. Depending on the condition of the coin and the rarity of the error, a 2008 penny with no mint mark can command a premium price. A well-preserved example of this coin can fetch anywhere from several hundred to several $1,000s, depending on its condition. Another rare variety of the 2008 penny is the 2008 D/D variety. This occurs when a D mint mark is punched over another D mint mark, resulting in a double impression of the letter. These types of minting errors are usually the result of the dies being improperly aligned during the minting process. The D/D variety from 2008 is one of the more exciting and valuable error pennies from this year, and it can be worth thousands of dollars to the right collector. As with any coin, the condition plays a significant role in determining its value. A penny in pristine, uncirculated condition will generally be worth more than one that has been in circulation for years. For the 2008 penny, collectors look for coins with sharp details, no visible wear, and a clean, smooth surface. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. Now, let's take a closer look at the big reveal. How much can a 2008 penny be worth? While most 2008 pennies are worth only 1 cent, certain error varieties, like the 2008 no mint mark and the D/D varieties, can fetch extraordinary prices at auction. A well-maintained 2008 penny with one of these errors can be worth as much as $92,000, depending on its rarity, condition, and appeal to collectors. This high value is a testament to the rarity and uniqueness of error coins. Collectors are always on the lookout for unusual minting mistakes, and the 2008 penny, with its distinctive errors and anomalies, has become one of the most sought-after coins for numismatists. In addition to these errors, high-grade specimens of the regular 2008 penny, especially those with no signs of wear, can also command premium prices, though they will generally not reach the astronomical values of error coins. The value of the 2008 penny is a reminder that even the most unassuming pieces of currency can have hidden worth. While most people are content to spend their pennies without a second thought, collectors understand that a keen eye and a bit of luck can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary find. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a beginner, the 2008 penny offers an exciting opportunity to explore the world of rare and valuable coins. In conclusion, the 2008 USA 1-cent coin is more than just another penny. It represents a piece of American history, with its iconic design, its connection to Lincoln, and its place in the ongoing tradition of U.S. coinage. While the majority of 2008 pennies are worth just 1 cent, the rare varieties and minting errors have made this coin a valuable collector's item. Whether it's a no mint mark penny, D/D error, or a high-grade specimen, the 2008 penny offers a fascinating glimpse into the world of numismatics, and it serves as a reminder that even the smallest coins can have the greatest value. So, the next time you come across a 2008 penny, take a moment to inspect it closely. You just might be holding a coin worth up to $92,000.